finding something special, finding a way to keep themselves alive. Well, now, boy, are they alive, and certainly this series is alive as well. This grand finals is alive. Legend, the man who no-scoped Shopify Rebellion into a 0-2 series, will be the first POV that we check out. Last shot inside of the tower now. Camo is going to be still available down bottom middle, as he's now turning his attention to keep his teammate alive side.
Very conservative start from both sides here. Two do fall for Shopify, which means OpTic is probably going to try to go on this pressure, but once again, the kills are traded out perfectly, 2-2, and there's no ball grab yet. Finally, it's a late camo grab, 36 seconds in. Very, very late, and that indicates to you just how conservative the opening was from both sides.
The timing on that grenade, by the way, from last shot was just superb. Made it look so, so easy. That internal timing we talk about was some of the best in the world. Oh! Speaking of which, peekaboo! Formal's got the camo. It's going to be 4 dead for Shopify Rebellion. OpTic grabbed that ball immediately.
We talked about how the teams have so much respect for one another. That's why you see a kind of dual conservative opening from both sides. But as soon as they get the camo, they pounce perfectly. Formal with a great route, great timing on the back wax. That's going to be early time for OpTic game.
Royal 2 manages to get through though. That grenade almost took down Frosty, by the way. The Formal threw up towards the ceiling. Cycle in the 1v1 versus Legend. It's going to be Renegade. He joins that fight in and manages to clean him up. Oddball is down, but OpTic have that lead. And that means, like we said before, in these game types with an objective in mind, if you can take a lead, you control the game. You don't have to focus on that objective half as much as your opponents.
So much damage from Legend over the past 30 seconds. Just poking and peeking, and Frosty with a very well-placed green gun to make him retreat for just a second. And what a 1v1 between those two. In the end, last shot comes to help as well. And now, 3 dead for OpTic Gaming.
The reset.
The reset is very unfortunate. That would have been an easy pull back to gold. Instead, the ball will go bottom middle. Now camo popping as well.
Camo's coming up. Look at the sports as well. They're over at back blue. That reset is an absolute lifesaver for OpTic Gaming. If they spawn over at pipes, their Shopify Rebellion, they can get that ball back into pipes. They've got time for the ball, but instead, they're forced to fight for the camo. OpTic don't have to worry about that old ball getting away from them as Renegade adds another triple kill to the collection. That's 2 in 2 games for him.
Born to rack up time, forced to fight for camo. Unfortunate there for him. OpTic Gaming will continue scoring based off of all the chaos. They'll bring the ball bottom elevator.
Ball is down though, so Shopify don't let OpTic get it comfortably. And now you can see from the spread on the map and the way that Formal's playing, that Shopify have a setup in and around the elevator. Formal just waiting for damage. And now that the damage has come in, you would expect to see the lights are found. Legend flying in front of Formal. To clean up these kills. Royal 2 picks up 1, but it's 3 dead. There's the break, there's the damage from Formal. It's played off of perfectly by OpTic Gaming. They break the setup from Shopify, and now they have that ball back in their hands.
Let's see what Renegade can do as well. They're going to be looking for opening damage. As you said, it was an easy 3 dead. Now we get to hear how they're going to hold here. Let's get to a listening with OpTic Gaming.
Ready, bottom here, I think. I think I saw bottom here.
Enemy has the ball.
In here.
Let's do it.
Below jump, camera jump. I got one. Yeah, no, turn right again. Respawn C plat. Blow yourself. 100 steps. That's out one.
Watch it.
Nothing's coming in 10, guys. Camo in 10. Ready, just play for this camera.
Needles.
You have shots on?
Yeah, shot.
Hey, yo, bound has shot. Straight bound. Just try to get it. The bottom. On it. Watch top tower. 2 guys top tower. 2 top tower. Ready, I have your chase one. Press C. Ready. C plat right now. Yes, C plat.
Yo, top tower, front tower shot.
Watch the C. That was 3. Yo, back to me. Nice, guys. Turn right. He's spawning A probably, yep.
He's piped here.
I'm walking A.
Go.
Ready, they're gonna stop here.
You got patch, man. He's C-plat.
Yeah, bomb time run.
C-plat. Watch. He's taking the time. Yo, trippy.
Yeah, trippy. Two shots. Gold steps. We're here. We can go.
I have to skip pipes. He's pipes now. Pipes going back to turbine. He's pipes now. He's pushing pipes. Good. Yes, combo.
Nice. One turn. One tower cycle.
Yeah, I'm gonna separate. Go right, separate, go right.
Check on us.
One shot, gold stairs, guys.
Once it goes,
Two.
One shot, go back up. Up, gold stairs one, John. Up, gold stairs one right now. Gold stairs one. He's combo.
Let's go pipes probably. Probably pipes. Probably 100%. Spawning weird.
There's 50 seconds. Look at the time, guys. Look at the time. We don't have the first.
One shot, roll two.
Very weak.
Yo, single sack just sitting behind it. If it made that,
Well, enjoy this life from Renegade. Enjoy this round from OpTic. 38 seconds left in the round before they can close it out. And Shopify can't get near the oddball until now. They're starting to get desperate. But we need to talk about two lives in particular. Last one from Renegade, and then Bounds previously with that camo. So much damage, and the shots as crispy as you like.
Unbelievable damage, unbelievable movement. We'll have a little bit of time to talk about that shortly because as you heard Lunchbox say in the comms, only 20 seconds left. Amazing game management from OpTic Gaming. They're going to continue slaying here.
Last shot trying to fight, keep them off of Frosty here. That ball is down on the trippy corner. It's so difficult to access, and it's even more difficult with OpTic picking up kills on both Cycle and Royal 2. And now they get an LOS on that ball. Now they get a camo in the hands of Renegade as well, and it will be the first round of oddball here. On recharge, going to OpTic. Boy, they look up for this one.
And I think we could say they picked up exactly where they left off. Feels like they came straight from Origin, and they landed right here on recharge, playing the exact same way. That was once again a suffocating round, and it feels like that has really summed up how OpTic Gaming has played each of the games in this series so far. Such a clean round one win. We'll see if they can do it again.
Frosty wins his fight bomb middle. The camo is in his hands as well, and it's going to be 3 dead here for OpTic. Now Shopify need to get themselves together here. Need to dust themselves down because they've been battered, by OpTic Gaming in the first 2 games. And the first round here at bottom. They need to find something, but no! When things just aren't going your way, you get a green gun in the backside from Renegade.
I think we're all thinking the same thing. Of course, with the benefit of observer view, there's a player coming gold stairs, and Frosty gets back whacked there with camo and shock. And what could have been a pretty solid hole gets blown wide open. Formal does not get the trade against World 2, somehow stands strong top A and will continue holding the ball. So a rotate opportunity coming in here towards teammates.
Manages to just about make the cross. OpTic will have to wait. And it's going to be a lead here for Shopify Rebellion. Legend flies in. Play ball is going to happen. As the fight goes down at the back of the spirals, Last Shot versus Renegade, and Last Shot will start winning some fights. But as we always say, if you can get that play ball over by blue and you take a couple of kills down, the likelihood is you're going to spawn across the map of pipes, and you can grab that oddball, and that's exactly what OpTic tried to do there.
Important first kill. Also, Frosty gets the second kill, so this should be a clean break overall. They've made their way very difficultly across the entire map, but based on the spawns, it may be for nothing here. We'll see if Bound can spawn his teammates and hold down pipes.
Bound 13, make it 14 and 12 as he goes on a killing spree. And OpTic have that ball back at pipes, and OpTic looking like they're going to be able to turn this early advantage that Shopify had over. Last Shot, last alive, he's just fallen as well. And even though the odd ball is going to drop off, everybody from Shopify Rebellion is just coming off of the respawn screen. So Bound's going to move this one away from that LOS. He's going to get it back towards his respawning teammates, and OpTic will go into a lead.
Very nice rotate. Notice how he doesn't go gold. He immediately goes long haul to cut down the angles. Much less sight lines that he's vulnerable to, and he comes away with it. What a beautiful set of plays from him. It also paves the way for Renegade to grab camo as well. Renegade is 23 and 10.
Just let that sink in for a second. 23 and 10. And we're in the second round of oddball here with only 40 points on the board for OpTic. You get the feeling that another one hits. Perfect shots for Renegade. A killing spree for him. One for Bound, one for Renegade. Last Shot trying to fly into the pipes, but the oddball still being held by OpTic. 50 points on the board for them now.
I mean, look at the total slay numbers. It's suffocating is the only way to describe it. Amazing slay control and overall map control coming out of OpTic Gaming yet again. They find themselves 2 dead, but it's immediately tied up by a key kill from Renegade. He's now going to watch C-Plat.
Cycle's going to be flanking towards that oddball, so I wonder if it's going to be a game of get the slays before we get that oddball, but I think Shopify just starting to recognize that they need to get some time on the board here. And Cycle's going to wrap this one away before playing it down bottom middle. Down flies in, Cycle deals with him. Renegade now trying to clean up the damage, but recognizes there's multiple members and has to just escape and play his life.
Let's not forget, this one's far from over. Even though we've seen dominating play from OpTic Gaming so far, it's still just 55 to 25, a 30-point round. anything can happen from here, but Shopify's gonna need to find the ingredients that they need. Psycho, last player alive, he will be ready to play the ball momentarily.
One player that needs some more from is Frosty. We talked about him being an X factor. A lot of talk about him being the best in the game right now. He's 8 and 18 in this game number 3, and he's been relatively quiet throughout this series so far. So Frosty obviously has a lot more to give here for Shopify Rebellion, but it needs to be found sooner rather than later.
Yeah, there's still time for him to turn this game around, for the entire team to turn this game around, but I agree, a pretty rare stat line from him, especially with low OBJ on the board as well. You have the feeling that if he starts to turn things on, this game can get a lot closer.
OpTic still with this lead, 56-33. Former knows that Cycle's close, but also wants to try and help out with some angles that he can hit with his shock rifle. Plenty of ammo to work with as well as he hits the reload. And OpTic just waiting for Shopify to make their move, and with the shock in their hand, they can do this, Andy. They can wait, and then they can hit the strike.
Notice just baiting the ball there as well, not even trying to hold, or we're going to see if they can get the kills. Then they'll start to hold on a solid 3-4 deads. Ball will reset, no time there, but still a 20-point lead. Just over that for OpTic Gaming, 2 dead for them.
2 minutes on the game clock here. Shopify will grab that ball as OpTic will still have 2 dead. Cycle going to be pushed here. Has to avoid that sticky grenade, manages to do so.
Ball dropped.
A lot of pressure on him with this shock rifle to hold down this pipes, look and keep his ball carrier alive. Formal's going to poke.
Oh boy.
Cycle's going to tease. Now he's going to slide out and look for more. Bound is pushing. Bound should be traded out in this situation. Cycle's done his job perfectly there.
2v2 for a second here, and where these next few kills fall will really determine if we're going to see Shopify get back into this. Good gold pressure though. It's going to give them an opportunity to try to get a grab, but with the ball still down batteries, Renegade's exactly where he needs to be.
Yeah, frustrating moments here. Shopify Rebellion, they're winning some fights. But Renegade's starting to win his even more. 29 and 15 is 3 dead for Shopify Rebellion. The oddball's still down on the batteries as the reset comes in, but OpTic don't have to worry about that. They have the lead. They could just pin Shopify back.
Even with 3 dead there, that ball sitting batteries meant that Shopify could not get time on the board. They're also still 2 dead. Risky push! A risky push solo there. Last shot tries to make something happen, but it's going to continue to stagger their spawns even further. 63-36 with 108 left on the game clock.
How many perfects have we seen from the POVs of OpTic players in this game? You've seen them from Bound, you've seen them from Renegade, you've seen them from Legend, and of course you've seen them from Formal. Win your ones. That was the name of the game when Formal put this roster together, and that's exactly what they're doing.
1 minute remaining.
And it's Shopify who are reeling. Less than a minute left in this game. Camo burnt bottom middle, and Bound last alive.
Yeah, Renegade might have burned the camo, and also way past the 30 mark now. 30 bomb has been cleared, 31 and 17 with 47 seconds left on the clock.
Shopify needs to get that ball. Let's get it in their hands. Still time for them to play with here. Frosty picks up 2. Frosty trying to push on that long haul as well to keep OpTic trapped. So we're going to move this one back to the elevator. Renegade might have a little timing window here to fly towards him. But he gets taken down importantly here for Shopify Rebellion. And hold your horses. Last player alive is going to be taken down. It's everybody falling into the death screen here for OpTic, and there's life from Shopify.
It's a good trade from Legend, but is it enough? Bound's your first spawner, probably flying at this point. We'll see exactly where he is. Here comes the 4-man OpTic push. If Shopify can hold, they can force a round 3.
Well, Formal will get the first pick. Formal might get the second pick as well. Frosty is out of the game right now. Nowhere near his oddball carrier. Last shot's trying to get in a position to play ball and does so. But there's only 12 points between the 2 teams, but 22 seconds is the problem, and Royal 2 being last alive is a bigger problem for Shopify Rebellion. It's a few moments left, and OpTic will be up by 3.
Good covering fire there from Formal to deny the Royal 2 exit from top 8. Here comes the Shopify push. It needs to happen. 10 seconds left in the round.
Has to happen now. Renegade though, Renegade, this is his game. He finds a kill that shuts it down. Cycle last alive. He can't get his hands on that ball, and OpTic are up by 3.
Renegade goes 34 and 18 in another decisive OpTic Gaming win.